Namaste. Welcome to yoga. Just a reminder to listen to your body, modify as needed, rest when needed, and to breathe in and to breathe out. Traditional yoga breathing is done in through the nose and out through the nose. If that's challenging for you, breathe the way that's really going to be most comfortable for you. This class is going to be done primarily, if not all of it, standing. So our resting pose will be mountain. I am going to use a block and a strap. You don't have to have one. You can make do with a t-shirt or a towel, a book, a box, whatever you have. So we're actually going to make our way right up into a standing mountain position, a mountain position. So mountain is where our weight is equally on your right foot and left foot. And our feet are about hip level apart with their toes pointed forward. And then we're going to draw your shoulders over hips. Tuck the tailbone under, and my kind of check to do that is, can you squeeze your butt cheeks together? If you can, that's your pelvic tilt. We're not sticking our bum out as if you were sitting to a chair. It's tilted under. Then we're going to draw your shoulders, your ears over shoulders, pardon me. You're standing nice and tall, so you're really lifting through your crown. Hands down to your sides, whatever that looks like for you. Your palms can face forward, they can face side, it doesn't really matter. I want you to focus for a moment or two on the breath. And the breath is expanding those lungs and then letting them fall. But as you let them fall, you're still keeping your shoulders back though. It's really the breath. It's not your body helping it, forcing it. So just taking a moment to kind of find your center, bringing your present back to the mat. Relaxing your face, smiling. And then we're going to turn your feet out slightly. We're going to warm up the body. So we're going to bend through your knees and your hips. We're going to come into a few sunflowers. So sunflowers, inhale, circle, sweep up. We're going to, as you reach from the sun, we're going to now reach down to the earth. So hinge through your knees and your hips. Let your head fall for a moment. Inhale, scooping back up. Breath in here, reaching high with the sun. Breath out, we're going to come back into the earth. Again, through your knees and your hips. Let your head hang free. Inhale, coming back up. Reaching to the sun, exhale back into the earth, moving through sunflower, inhale coming up. We're gonna do one more. So again, nice and long, deliberate, large movements, inhale coming up. Then we're gonna bring hand to heart center. We're gonna walk your feet a little bit further. Knees wanna track towards those third toes and drop your tailbone down. So press your palms together. Just ease into that plie squat for sun goddess. Tailbone tucked under, leading through your heart. Just kind of warming up those legs. Then we're going to slowly press your legs up. Take your fingertips to the ceiling. Now take your hands to your right, your left. Roll your shoulders back, and then add that sink down. So again, we're not sitting back into a chair. Think about shoulders back. Arms are long, palms are facing up, and your hands are together. We're going to hold this sun goddess for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to slowly come up. Hands to heart center for prayer squat. I think I called it sun goddess last time. I was wrong. Tailbone tucked under. Again, think about your knees, really using your quads here. Abs engaged. Press your palms together. So engage your chest, meaning don't let your elbows hang down. Use those up. Use that upper body. We're slowly going to come up. Fingertips to your right, your left. Roll your shoulders back. For sun goddess, we're gonna come back to sun. Prayer squat. Breathing. Moving twice more. Inhale, coming up. Sun goddess, send your breath out. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, prayer squat. Once more through. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, sun goddess. Arms are long. Reach, reach, reach. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale, coming up. And we're gonna pause in prayer squat. Just sink back a little bit deeper down. Think about your knees, tailbone tucked under, belly pulled in. We're gonna slowly press up. Fingertips to your right, your left. We're gonna pause here for a moment before we change our arm position. So your lower body stays where it is. We're gonna turn so your palms are facing forward and draw your elbows towards you. They don't have to come to you, but imagine that you're drawing those scapulars, the shoulder blades down. So you're using your back and stretch your chest and your anterior shoulders. Here, we're inhale coming up, 5-point star. Exhale, we're gonna come back into Moon God. So opening your chest, tailbone tucked under, inhale, coming back up. Exhale, back into Moon God. One sink down. Inhale, coming up for 5-point star. Reach, reach, reach. Back into Moon God. Last one here. Coming back to into 5-point star. There you go. Back into Moon God. Pause. Hands are at center. Inhale, coming up. Hands down to your sides. We're going to turn your toes pointed forward and walk one foot to join the other feet together. So here, feet are together, tailbone tucked under. We're going to bring your arms overhead. Interlace your fingers and leave your pointer fingertips out. So squeeze those arms to your ears. We're going to tick-tock the spine. So you're going to press your pelvis one way, upper body's going to lean the other way. So easy tick-tocking the spine, just moving it laterally. Squeeze those thighs together. Abs engaged. Trying to bring on the left side, the left shoulder forward. On the right side, the right shoulder forward. We're gonna pause. Now we're gonna bring our hands behind you. Place them on either side of your low back. Roll your shoulders back, squeeze your elbows together. Legs are still together, and press your pelvis forward. Just extending that spine. Lead with your chin. Eyes are closed, your eyes are opened. Not necessarily looking at wherever you were playing this video, but listen to my words. Then we're gonna slowly come up. We're gonna come hinge forward. So we're gonna walk those hands down your legs, feet are together. Belly pulled in, and place your hands down to the mat or onto your shins. We're gonna pause here for a moment, just shaking your head yes and no. And then we're gonna slowly walk those hands back up. Arms back overhead. Interlace your fingers, point your fingertips left out. Try to cross your thumbs the other way this time. Legs are together. I'm gonna press those inner thighs together, and now we're gonna tick-tock the spine. So easy tick-tocking for just a moment or two before we're actually gonna pause and hold this. So you're just moving the spine laterally. I'm gonna get my arms squeezed a little higher, more in with my ears. Now, I'm gonna come back to neutral. We're gonna lift up high, tailbone tucked under. We're gonna press your pelvis to the left side, we're gonna lean to the right. So feeling that first point of resistance. Let that right shoulder fall forward a bit. Big breath in here. Breath out, we're gonna go a little bit deeper. So kind of having that right hand pull the left over. So you should feel that nice stretch. If you wanna stay here, let's take a big breath in. Big breath out, go a little bit deeper. We're gonna come back to neutral. We're gonna cross your thumbs the other way. Reach up nice and high, tailbone tucked under. Pelvis to the right side, we're gonna lean to the left. Just imagine that the left side's kind of pulling the right arm over. First point of resistance is here. Let the left shoulder come forward. Letting your breath out. Together we take a big breath in. And then ready, breath out, we're gonna go a bit deeper. So second point of resistance, you can choose to stay here. You're gonna feel that nice stretch. We're going a little bit deeper. And then we're gonna slowly come up. Then we're gonna bring those hands behind you. Roll your shoulders back, pardon me. Press your pelvis. Squeeze your inner thighs together and come into that back bend. So ease into it. Chin away from your chest. Again, you don't have to look to wherever this video is playing. Listen to my words. We're gonna go a little bit deeper. Letting those elbows come a little bit closer together. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna slowly come up. Now we're gonna hinge. So if you've got a block, you can use the block to set this up, but we're not gonna use the block to hold it. So grabbing your block if you want to place it near your toes, because we're actually gonna grab our heels, but just take a moment to come into forward fold. We're gonna shake your head yes and no. Now bend your knees and take your hands and reach behind and cup your heels. So you're not worrying about having a straight legs, you're worrying about cupping your heels. Now press your heels into your hands, chin into your chest, so take a look at your knees, and now extend your legs. So it's in that you don't start with a straight leg, but you're really feeling that extension. Keep those heels pressing into your hands. This is our deepest supported forward fold. I'm gonna shake your head yes and no. You can stay here. Next breath out, we're gonna go a little bit deeper. Come on, press, 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 press. 5 to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna slowly release. If you want, you can place your hands on a block, hands on the mat, hands on your shins, whatever's comfortable for you. Just figure yes and no. Do your tailbone up a little bit, really challenging your hamstrings. And then we're gonna walk those hands up. So we're gonna travel to the back of your mat. So if you've got a block, you're just gonna move it to one side, because we're gonna use it again. Travel towards the back of your mat, so most of your mat's in front of you. Feet are hip level apart, we're gonna come into chair. So here in chair, toes are pointed forward, heels behind you, and just imagine I've come behind you the chair, you're just gonna drop the tailbone down. Arms are in front of you to counterbalance that. So sinking down to your chair, pull your belly in. Knees are gonna track towards that second and third toe. Belly pulled in. Wiggling your toes. We're gonna hold for 5. Now in this transition, you're gonna shift the weight forward slightly. So now all of your feet are anchored. Use your legs to slowly press you up. Feel the momentum help you. Arms are gonna stay long to elevate the heart rate. Fingertips reaching to the ceiling, draw your shoulders down. Tuck your tailbone under. A reminder, squeeze your butt cheeks together. That's how you know you've got the tailbone tucked under. If you want, you can add a back bend. Your choice. We're gonna sink back down to chair. So again, heads above your heart, hands above your tailbone. Knees tracking towards the third toes, arms are long. We're gonna hold for 5. Then we're gonna slowly press up, weighting your toes, pressing up. Use your legs to press up. Don't let momentum help you. Feel the muscles engage. Tuck your tailbone under, add a back bend if you would like. Then we're gonna sit back down to chair. Holding chair, think about your knees. There's a lot going on. But you're training your body. You're strengthening it. Wiggling your toes. Now, when we press up, we're gonna bring your arms down to your sides. So we're gonna group your toes, pressing up, hands down to your sides. You can stay neutral, press your hands slightly away from you. What this does is open your chest, stretch your anterior shoulders. Don't stick your bum out, ready? Tuck your tailbone under. And we're gonna swing those arms, controlled, sitting back down to chair, deliberately. Feel the movement, weighting your toes, where your knees tracking, abs engaged. We're gonna press up to mountain, so again, hands down to your sides. Press your hands back, tailbone tucked under. How are your abs? 5 here, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna add on. So we're gonna slowly come back into your chair. It's easy to move quickly, but moving slowly, you're gonna engage all your muscles. Now we're gonna bring hands to heart center. Just like we did in prayer, squat, don't let your elbows hang out to the sides. And then we're gonna shift forward, lift your heels off the mat. So your knees are gonna come forward, that's okay, because you're gonna draw your shoulders back. Use these calf muscles here. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're still gonna stay in chair, plant your heels. Take your fingertips forward, think about your knees. We're gonna press up to tall mountain, meaning we're gonna keep your arms tall. Tuck the tailbone under, with or without the back bend, that's your choice. We're gonna slowly come back into chair. So think about that chair. Shoulders back, belly pulled in, hands to heart center. Lift, shifting forward, lift your heels off the mat. Bring your shoulders back, abs pulled in, sink down. We're gonna stay in chair, we're gonna plant your heels. Take your fingertips forward. Now we're gonna bring your hands down to the sides as we slowly come up in a mountain. With your hands neutral or slightly past, open up your chest. Tuck the tailbone under. Last chair of the sequence. We're gonna sit back in the chair, controlling it. Shoulders drawn down, shifting forward, lift your heels off the mat. Hands to heart center, press your palms together. Heads above your heart, bring your shoulders back. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna slowly make our way back into chair, and then back to mountain. So now we're gonna come to balancing. So just taking a moment, we're gonna shift all the weight over to your left foot. Pull your left knee back, now bring your right foot off the mat. Doesn't matter where you're going, you're just taking a moment to transition. Adjust, accommodate. Try to have those shoulders still over your hips. Doesn't matter where your right leg goes. And just taking a moment to find the stability of the left foot, of the left ankle. We're gonna come back to mountain. So both feet equal. Then shift over to your right foot, pull your right knee back. We're gonna bring your left foot off the mat. Again, gonna take a moment to adjust, to accommodate. Being aware that balance differs from day to day, from pose to pose, and from side to side. So being really present of what you feel at this moment. And then we're gonna make our way back to neutral. And we're gonna do that once more before we go into some balancing poses. So back in neutral, we're gonna shift over to your left side, pull your left knee back, and then bring your right foot off the mat. Moment to adjust, to accommodate. Abs engaged, shoulders back. Back into mountain. Again, distribute the weight. Then we're gonna shift over to your right foot, your right knee back, bring your left foot off the mat. Breathing in, breathing out. And then we're gonna come back into mountain. So finding your mountain, we're gonna come into standing stick. And this is gonna elevate our heart rate a bit. So inhale, circle, sweep up. We're gonna interlace your fingers, leaving your pointer fingertips out, just like we did in the lateral flexion. We're gonna step your right foot forward, heel toe. This is gonna be our balancing leg. Pull your right knee back. You're still on your left toes behind you. When you're ready, you're gonna hinge your hips and take your fingertips forward and kick your left leg back. Pull your right knee back. We're gonna hold standing stick for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna slowly bring your left leg back. Keep your arms elevated. Having your left foot find the mat. We're gonna step your right foot back to join your left. A moment. Now we're gonna switch legs. So step your left foot forward, heel and toe anchored. Bring your left knee back. Come into your right toes. Now bring your right leg back. Hinging through your hips. Belly pulled in. Drop that right hip. We're gonna hold for 5. Pull your left knee back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly have your right foot find the mat. Take your left foot join you. And then release into mountain. Just taking a moment here in mountain. Then we're gonna slowly walk towards the top of your mat. So we're gonna just walk top of your mat. We're gonna take your left foot and step it back. So you're gonna come into a lunge. So both sets of toes are facing forward. And draw your left leg back. So just really the back of your left toe should be on the mat. Not most of the foot is. You want to look forward. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Arms elevated, shoulders pulled back. And we're gonna come all the way down to your left knee. Come down to the left knee. Hands to heart center. So this is modification. This is a level 1 option. Feel free to come here or have your arms up and or bring your left leg up. Think about where the right knee is tracking. Abs pulled in. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands down to your sides. We're going to step your left foot to join your right. So mountain and now switch sides. So step your right foot back. So both sets of toes are facing forward. Really just find the back of your toes, extending your leg. Hands at heart center. We're going to come down to that right knee all the way down. So level 1 option. You're going to extend your arms up and or come off that right knee, but you're all the way off the knee, so you're going to draw the right leg back. Looking down, you should be able to see your left big toe, maybe the second toe. That's that tracking of the knee, so you're using all of those quads. How's your abs? Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands down to your sides. We're going to step your right foot forward, finding mountain. We're going to step your left foot back. Come to the knee, take a moment to set up that lunge. Listen to your body. Bring your left leg back. Think about your right knee is tracking, hands to heart center. Now we're going to bring those hands down to either side of that right foot. Take your left hand nice and snug to the right foot. You can take your block and place it inside that foot and place your hand on the block. We're going to come into a twist. So turn to look over your right side, take your right hand up to the ceiling. Eyes are going to follow your right hand. Draw your left leg back. Feel free to modify it. Use a block. Come down to your left knee. Your choice. Trying to let that right hand fall a little bit past midline to really open up that chest, that shoulder. Pull those abs in. Really twisting through the spine. Keep your head nice and tall. And then we're going to bring your right hand back down. And then we're going to step your left foot forward and step your right foot right back. So finding your lower lunge. And then coming up, feel free to come to that right knee, hands at heart center, whatever you need. Take a moment, and then we're gonna bring your hands down. Right hand on the mat right alongside your left foot. Use your block. Your block is 3 heights. Take your left hand up this side, your side, and then up. So try not to twist or pivot that right foot. So both sets of toes are gonna stay facing forward. Feel free to come to that knee. Take your left hand past midline a bit. Pull those abs in. Take a look at your left hand and breathe. Holding, twisting lunge. Just 5 here. Settling into the pose, challenging it, modifying it. We're slowly gonna come up. Use a block, slide it out to the side. We're gonna step your right foot forward, step your left foot out. Now we're gonna flip that left foot, 45 degrees, maybe 90. And really rooting what I call the knife edge, which is the outside of your foot, particularly your left little toe. Now you're gonna reach forward with your hands, and then we're gonna open to warrior 2. So draw your shoulders over hips, arms are long. The right knee is gonna be a lunge position, but we're gonna straighten your right leg. Bring your hands to your hips and tuck your tailbone under. So we're just getting into the pose. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Draw your left knee back. We tend to sink into your left knee. Now take the right knee into a lunge. Look down and see, do you see your right big toe? If not, 2 things need to happen. You need to turn that right knee tracking towards the 3rd toe, or pivot that right foot. Now, extend your arms. Palms are facing down to start. Shoulders pull down, and take your gaze and look over your right hand. Now both arms are going to turn so both palms are facing up. Pull your left knee back, really rooting that left little toe. Do you see your right knee? If not, you're going to recorrect. Back belly pulled in. We're going to move through the torso. So take your right hand to reach forward. We're going to flip up reverse warrior. Take your right hand to the ceiling and left hand comes behind your left leg. You can come out of the lunge if you like, or keep your right knee into lunge position, your choice. You're gonna bring your right arm inside that thigh. Take a moment to stack your shoulders, opening, reach, reach, reach for extended angle. Belly pulled in. We're gonna take it back to reverse warrior. Take your right hand forward, and then scooping up, bring your left arm behind you. Feel free to bring that right leg into lunge position if you like. We're gonna come back, extend the angle once more. Reaching, extending. Take a look at your left hand. Pull your left knee back. We're gonna make our way to warrior 2. So if you need to, a quick check. Hands on your hips, straighten your right leg. Whatever you need, pull your left knee back. Look past your right hand. How are your abs? 5 to go. And then we're gonna slowly cartwheel those hands either side of your right foot. Pivot, so both sets of toes facing forward. Here's lower lunge. Step your left foot forward, step your right foot back. Turn that right foot, reach your fingertips up, and come into warrior 2. So I'm gonna turn, so I'm facing you. You just stay where you are. So we're gonna bring hands to hips, straighten your left leg, pull your right knee back, really rooting that right little toe. Arms are long, palms facing down. Take your left leg into a lunge position. Turn and see your left big toe. If you can't, remember 2 things have to happen. You have to move the left foot or turn that left knee. Trying to keep the right shoulder over your hip. It tends to kind of want to come forward. And then take your gaze and look over your left hand. And pull those abs in. Pull your right knee back. You're going to turn so both palms are facing up. We're going to hold for 5. Lead with your left hand. We're going to come forward. We're going to flip it. Bring your left hand to the ceiling, right arm behind you. Just stretch that left side. Try not to sink into your right knee though. We're going to come to hot angle. Bring your left arm inside that thigh. Take a moment to stack your shoulders. Reach in opposite directions. So from your sternum out, left knee is still bent. We're going to come back to reverse warrior. So bring the right arm behind you. Take your left hand, reach forward. And then slowly scoop up to the sun. Right arm comes down. If you like, you can come out of your lunge position. We have 5 to go here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to make our way back to warrior 2. So if you need to, hands on your hips, straighten your left leg. Whatever you need to kind of find that. Look past your left hand. And then we're going to cartwheel those hands to either side of your left foot. Both sets of toes facing forward. We're going to step the right foot to join your left. Walk those hands up and come into mountain. So we're going to turn wherever you are, making sure that you've got the mat in front of you. We're going to bring your arms up overhead. We're going to do a little bit of core work. Yes, core is standing. Abs engaged. We're going to step your right foot forward, heel and toe. Press to the bottom of the left foot and hinge forward. So hands are not touching. It's similar to standing stick, but you're pressing through the bottom of the foot, arms are long, and trying to have that torso parallel with the mat. Warrior 3 is a lot of core, a lot more than we think. We have 5 here, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna slowly bring your left foot back, have the right foot to join you, pause in mountain, and then we're gonna switch sides. We're gonna do this pose twice through though. So arms overhead, shoulders drop down, step your left foot forward, heel and toe, and then pressing through the bottom of the right foot behind you, hinging through your hips, reaching forward. Try not to roll to that left hip though. We're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna slowly have the right foot find the mat, have the left foot join you, and relax into mountain. Once more through. So we're gonna step the right foot forward, heel and toe. Right, you just did that, but we'll do it again. And then press your left foot back, hinging, drop your left hip, finding a moment to settle into your pose. Breathing in and breathing out. Three more, maybe. And then we're gonna have the left foot find mat. Bring your right foot back to join you. And relax in a mountain. Once more. So we're gonna step your left foot forward. Bring your left foot forward. And press your right foot back. Hinging into warrior 3. Trying to level. We tend to roll into that left hip. Three more. And we're gonna slowly have the right foot find mat. Bring left foot back and relax in a mountain. So here we're gonna come to forward fold, just a chance to stretch those hamstrings. So we're gonna walk those hands down, belly pulled in. Take a moment and just shake your head yes or no, look behind you. You can use your block, use your strap, use your hands on your hips, hands on your shins, pardon me. Place your hands on the mat, whatever's comfortable for you, but we're gonna shake your head yes and no. Rooting the four corners of both feet and lift your sit bones up. Really feeling that stretch. And then we're gonna slowly come up. Now I want you to reach around and find your strap, your towel. Grab that. Even if you don't think you need it, I want you to use it. So you're gonna place your strap, grabbing it, far apart together. Roll your shoulders back. So your feet are still hip level apart. Now lift your strap away from you. Roll your shoulders back. Again, even if you don't think you need it, use it. Pausing for a moment. Now lifting a little further away. Letting your shoulders drop down. Abs pulled in, tailbone tucked under. We're not sticking that bum out. Lifting a little further away. Walking hands a little further apart if you need to come up. So ideally, you want your hands higher than closer together. So if you know that staying closer together, you get limited, walk those hands out a little further. Use the strap. Really feel the shoulders being stretched, the chest. Now we're gonna drop those hands down, and then we're gonna slowly come up. Well, right where you left off, maybe take a moment to find where you left off, really opening, and then we're gonna slowly release. Bring your strap down to the side. From here, inhale, circle sweep up. We're gonna swing the right arm underneath your left. So trying to bring the back of your hands together in your palms. So we're gonna relax, do that once more. Inhale, circle sweep up, and then swing the right arm underneath your left, finding your bind, whether it's your back of your hands together, your palms, or opposite shoulders. It's whatever feels comfortable. Now feet are still hip level apart. And then we're gonna slowly sink down to a chair type position. We're gonna shift the weight to your left foot and cross your right foot over. Hooking those toes maybe behind, not necessarily. Trying to bring the knees over shoulders, pull your elbows forward, abs pulled in. So we're gonna hold eagle pose for a moment. We are gonna do this pose twice through. Breathing in and breathing out, so you get a little bit deeper. So you're compressing all of these joints. Shoulders, elbows, wrists, hips, knees, and ankles. Big circle, getting the blood moving, hands to heart center. Mountain, inhale, circle, sweep up. Sweeping your left arm underneath your right, back your hands together, palms together. We're gonna relax. Once more, ready? Inhale, circle, sweep up. Swinging the left arm underneath your right, finding your bind, whatever that looks like for you. And then we're gonna sink down to chair. Shift the weight over to your right foot. We're gonna take your left foot and cross it over. So binding the lower body joints. We're gonna bring the knees over under shoulders. Elbows, pardon me, pull your elbows forward and sink down to your eagle. Looking forward, focusing on the breath. And then we're gonna slowly wide circle, getting all that blood moving, hands to heart center, and relax. Once more through, you ready? Inhale, circle, sweep up. We're gonna swing the right arm right with your left, finding your bind. If you're not happy, you can repeat that. Sink down to a chair, waiting and rooting the left foot. Take your right leg over, crossing it over, maybe. And finding that eagle pose. Draw your knees into your elbows, pull your elbows forward, opening up your upper back. Pull your belly in, sink a little bit deeper down. Big circle sweep, hands to heart center, back into mountain. Once more, we're gonna finish it up. And now circle sweep up, swing the left arm with your right, finding your bind, repeating it if you're not happy with this. And then we're gonna sink down. We're gonna shift the weight over to your right foot, left leg's gonna come over and cross. And sinking down, knees underneath your elbows, pull your elbows forward, scoop those abs in. Really focusing on compression these 12 joints. And then we're gonna slowly come up, getting the blood moving through those joints, hands to heart center, and finding your mountain. For mountain, we're gonna walk those hands down, forward fold, pulling your belly button in, letting your head hang free, using your block, placing your hands on the mat, placing your hands on your shins, lifting your tailbone up, and just letting your head hang yes and no, whatever feels comfortable for you. Breathing in and breathing out. Letting your low back and now just move through the pelvis right to left. Just swaying easily. Coming back to center. Shifting the weight more into your toes. Just kind of bicycling those feet a little bit. Anchoring your heels. Now weighting equally through both the right and the left foot. All four corners of your feet. We're going to shake your head no. Shake your head yes. And then we're going to slowly bring those hands up. All the way. Hands to heart center. We're going to come into mountain. So mountain is ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. We're going to take a moment, so we're going to soften your gaze. If you'd rather do this in Shavasana, feel free. As promised, I'm going to try to take you off the mat, but some of you love to do Shavasana only on the floor, so it's your choice. But here, mountain doesn't have to be lazy or floppy. It can still be well-rooted and tall, intentional and purposeful, but still allowing you to just focus, surrender. So your choice, whether you're on your back on the mat in Shavasana, or you're in a mountain position, I want you to focus on the breath in and breath out. Relaxing from the top of your head, down through your heels and your toes and your fingers. In your space that completely surrounds you and your mat. Filling that space with kindness, gratitude, and love. Slowly opening your eyes, hands to heart center, and namaste. Thank you for sharing your journey with me today. I encourage you, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Everyday Life Yoga with Kim. Hit the little bell sign so you get notifications. Have a fabulous day.